Let's talk about the first big three of Marvel. Iron Man, a military industrialist who's selling weapons for profit, has a profound experience and realizes his weapons are being sold to both sides, causing this conflict, and then says, I'm not doing this anymore. And it destroys his company, so he builds himself a suit of armor to take it to his own hands, and then he fights the military-industrial complex warmonger, Ironmonger, to stop it from happening, and then the company does better than ever. They do cheap renewable energy power. That is an amazing arc of a guy who had everything and was this cocky a-hole, who still is, but he then decides it's not worth it to be a part of this problem. Captain America, scrawny young guy, wants to serve his country. We should talk about the cultural victories that the first Marvel movies are. Then Thor, an arrogant prince who has everything, gets his powers taken from him and comes to realize humility. I'm like, these are great character arcs.
That's Stan Lee.
But yeah,
Stan Lee, those are his stories. You understand, we don't have guys like that anymore. You want to know why Marvel is in the rut that it is? It's because Stan Lee's gone. Why is Disney the way it is? Walt Disney's gone. Why is Star Wars the way it is? George Lucas sold it. There are rare creative geniuses that come along and they have the heart and the empathy to be able to write stories that touch people in a unique way and build their childhoods. And then when they leave or they die, J.R.R. Tolkien, gone, then other people parasitically inherit it and destroy it.
These are people who were forged in a world surrounded by war.
That's absolutely
the
true.
Lessons being told. Now what we have are people who were forged by gluttony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about
writing stories of what they're owed.
When we were reviewing Prey, we were talking about how nobody in this movie looks like they've lived through anything actually difficult in their entire life. Nobody looks like they've lived in the wilderness. Nobody looks like they've ever had to hunt for any type of food in their life, right? So people are trying to write stories now from a world that they just can't understand.
But Stan Lee, was he Silver Age? Was he around in the early days?
Yeah. Stan Lee was interesting because
World War II veteran.
World War II veteran. Yeah, he was around in the Golden Age too, but the Silver Age, he launched it. He really did launch the Silver Age, even though before there was Flash and Green Lantern, Hal Jordan that really launched the Silver Age. But Stan Lee was so disgusted by the politics of comics in the 1950s with the Comics Code and the way things had become so silly that he just wanted to quit. And he told his wife, I'm so inspired by this, he told his wife he wanted to quit, and his wife said, just do one your way. Before you quit, 1961's Fantastic Four #1. That was him doing it his way. Launched the Marvel Revolution. That's when the Silver Age really
Stan Lee enlisted in 1942 after the attack on Pearl Harbor.
What a guy.
What a guy.
It's one of the things gone are the days. There used to be dozens and dozens of actors, all who'd served in the military, who had extensive military, whether through draft or because they enlisted because they believed in that country. And as that generation of people has died off, you start seeing that less and less of the stories, less and less of our culture's empathy towards its own country is gone. We talk about this every time an actor passes away that was older, right? It's like they were born at a time when there was a relative amount of support for America and they believed in their country and they believed in what it stood for. Now I believe a lot of that has kind of been manufactured in a lot of ways by the media and that there's a lot of problems there, but you don't see that anymore. I think Adam Driver's the only one I can think of off the top of my head that's a newer age actor that served in the military, and you just don't see that, and it's going to lead to even more anti-American storytelling, whether it's in comics or in film and television.